Hello, hello, mis cielitos, and welcome back. Coco is here, but unfortunately I will not be joined by Moon. Both of us have kind of been a little under the weather. So today's stream's just gonna be me flying solo, and it will probably be a short one. It's a bit of a shame since we were really getting kind of into some juicy plot. So I kind of both hope that we get more information, but also don't, since I don't want Moon to miss it. Which is just another reason to keep it short, but we'll go on and see. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to do voices, but I will do my best. I can't believe those social justice morons actually tried their hand at murder. They're losing the patience. I'll say. What did they think would happen when they attacked a place with 3 Zufels, 2 Greys, and a castle full of combat-trained women? Aw, thank you, Jonathan. Hopefully it'll pass soon. I'm feeling a lot better than I was yesterday. 3 Zufels, I don't recall anyone attacking you. Well, no, but if they did, I'd defend myself just fine. Being taught how to fight and knowing how to are 2 different concepts, little one. And no one asks you to sneak into this conversation. Well, Mom did want me to fetch ya, so there's that. What does she want? Let me double check something, because I'm surprised there's no music. This... Oh, no. What does she want? Probably to make sure her impulsive 14-year-old is all right. Of course I am. The danger has passed, hasn't it? That's not how this works. See, when someone's home is attacked, everyone is on high alert for days, and if some poor bastard tries to attack a home with important plays from all of Zal, well, then we have ourselves a situation. How bothersome. You left the Zufo group alone to continue to the dining room. I'm glad you are not harmed in the attack, Lady Vicia. I understand our enemies are not fond of the status quo, but to attack even you? It was their right to try, though I was just as surprised as anyone when I was attacked in my sleep. Did Lady Zuna save you too? Heard them coming a mile away. Stay quiet, sit and wait for your meal to be served to you. They were surprisingly very quiet. Heard not a thing, so I didn't know they were there until the gunshot. However, it's all said and done now. There were 4 of us in my room when the attack began. Only 1 walked out. That's all there is to my little tale. If I may be so bold, how'd you go about fighting without your sight to aid you? You've read books of empowered individuals who lost their sight, but gained a supernatural, unheard of power, yes? Indeed. Well, we're having none of that here. I use echolocation and familiarity. A good reason to stay within the castle walls, wouldn't you say? You can use echolocation like that? With Zala? It's hardly a tricky thing, my child. More mystical that humans have been working on glasses that can help the blind using echolocation. Interesting. I suppose you would be privy to such information. Indeed. But enough about these old brown eyes. Though I suppose they've long lost their hue, haven't they? Despite the attempt at normalcy, it seemed everyone who tried to eat leftovers were taking a more contemplative pace. Everyone save Vicia, returning to the very room where she had cut people down, seemed to do absolutely nothing to her mental state. The room was all cleaned up when you returned. The attempt on your life plagued your dreams until you woke up. Okay, Jenna. New cycle, new chances. Let's, well, get going. Let's see. Any progression in here? Ah, we can progress with Noxia. I've come to procure my place in your schedule for our non-date. Did you need a burst of courage for that again? No, the thought of poking fun of myself while also making you laugh was just so funny to me. Liking that confidence. Shall we head out? Yes, let's go. That's a very cute outfit. I know there's much humor in taking me here, but there's a place I want to show you. Alright, but the jokes are coming, and if I'm not surprised... Ooh. What the hell? I've never seen this place before. Hello, Marco. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming. It's a bit hard to find. I only stumbled upon it after I practiced casting a simple arcane spell. What kind was it? Just a sensory one, to see if there were any ploofs around. I indeed felt the presence of a couple of them, and that led me here. We had to go a bit off the beaten path to find this area. It makes me curious to learn where this new path leads. Nothing notable from my small venture out here, but I admit I never really strayed far. This part of the garden is so relaxing that I can't help but visit whenever I want some privacy. I thought I heard children wandering about. Lady Vicia. Are you also a fan of this spot? I come here every now and then. I prefer the bench you all know so well, but this area most certainly has its charms and uses. The ploofs, for one. Love this area. Must be the red Zala. I know it tends to lean towards the sweeter end. I didn't know that. Ploofs have so many little factoids about them that one or a few dozen are bound to slip through the cracks of time. All right. So many questions. I wonder if we're ever gonna see one of these things. I suppose that is, after all, what makes him so endearing. Feel free to join us if you're in the mood for frivolous talks of love that may never be. You came all this way to talk of love? A bit silly, yes. There's a certain air of calm about the place. My time with romance has come and gone long ago, I fear. I think it's best you to enjoy your moment without these prying ears. Do call out for me if you find yourself lost or confused. She is the sweetest, I admit. I've been spending more and more time talking to her as of late. She seems to have the answer for everything. What did she say about your relationship, challenges? She seemed genuinely proud that I was pursuing my goals. A trait of hers I've certainly grown accustomed to. She also said something a bit on the strange side. If I'm too shy, don't force myself. But if I'm not shy enough, push through. That's almost a riddle. I mean, it makes sense to me. Because if you're incredibly shy, then you're just going to end up making yourself uncomfortable, and you're going to tie that discomfort to any attempts you might make, and then you might just continue to associate discomfort with giving a try. But if it's not too bad, then it's worth a shot. I thought the same. My interpretation was to not feel bad on whatever I decide to do. That is, after all, the most Vicia thing to say. Good dodge, is it ever? Noxia took a deep breath and seemed even more relaxed than she did moments prior. I've been giving it a little thought since we got here, and I feel I'm in the formative stages of coming to a conclusion about myself. Yeah? I've been romanticizing the idea of a partner for years now. I understand that doing so has run the risk of causing complications with both myself and my future relationships. But I think that may be okay. Not the problematic aspects, but the concept of wanting such intimacy as much as I do. From talking with you, Lady Zuna, Lady Vicia, and Xeris, I realize that I have overthought the whole thing more than initially surmised. I never intended on going into any relationship with impossible expectations of fantastical romance. But who knows where I could have ended up if not for this opportunity of self-reflection. I'll be sure to remind myself that it's all too easy to fall into dangerous paths, especially if I want something bad enough. Yet, I believe it's just as important that I remember that friendships like the ones I'm forging here, with you and so many others, I will be extremely happy to have experienced them. So incredibly happy. So, from this moment forward, I'll weigh my own bashfulness against my desires and decide how to proceed with opportunities when they arrive. I like that idea. You're already sounding way less embarrassed about your own feelings than the first day we met. I agree, but please expect growing pains as I try to walk proud in these new shoes. Trust me, I will. Then shall we return? The prospect of not being so stirred by self-doubt has me in a near-skipping kind of mood. I would like to walk that energy off a bit. And that's exactly what you two did, talking about fun, harmless scenarios with relatively minimum blushing from her. Parting away from such positive energy was...
Yo, Jenny! Want to hang out for a while? I want to tell you all about the movie ideas I've had in my head, and I need to. Just talk about all of them.
Lay it on me. I think we did go this last route, but I don't want to say no to her.
All right, let's go to your room so we can sit and chat. So, backstory. When I was on Earth, I learned about the different weather patterns that they have there. It's amazing just how much stuff there can just randomly fall out of the sky. Ice, water, ash, and even meat, apparently? I don't know about that last one. I swear it's true. Anyway, so like sometimes the rain isn't just regular water. In places, there's a lot of junk in the air. They have something called acid rain. Acid rain! Can you believe that? As in, they have to worry about acid rain eating away at their buildings and statues, which are, by the way, made of stone and metal? Yeah, acid rain is a thing. And I'm like, how are these people not absolutely terrified that they'll get their faces eaten away by acid? What would happen if people here on Zal had to deal with acid rain? And then it hit me, movie idea. What if there was a post-apocalyptic Zal that is battered by this acid rain that killed off 90% of the world's life and woman-built structures? Everyone had to go build new cities underground, and if you ever wanted to step outside, then dodge.
I have a different sort of apocalyptic scenario to suggest to you. Uh, we'll talk.
You need a team of badasses that all have these weapons called umbrellas that are their only shield against the onslaught coming from the sky above.
Umbrellas aren't actually weapons, they're more of a functional fashion accessory.
That's like saying, oh, I'll think I'll bring a silver sword today. It matches my dress. Or this golden gun just doesn't match this swimsuit. Same difference.
The Anixa rambled on about said team of badasses and their dramatic alliances and treacheries as they scaled the acid-eaten landscape until your hunger overtook your curiosity and you bade her farewell. Upon reaching the dining room, Zuna and the apprentice matriarchs were all sitting around the table, trying sub-sandwiches from Earth for the first time. Your sandwich was huge, but you managed to devour it all anyways, though it didn't lessen your desire to sleep much. So that's exactly what you decided to do next. Oh, I'm glad nothing like the other cycle happened. Still, what a day. You went to sleep faster than usual, dreaming of pink clouds and lollipops. We pretend that dream didn't exist. Your phone buzzed, prompting you to read the notification. Early morning paperwork today. Maybe I'll stop by. Aww. You have lovely eyes. That Noxia, she's been so positive about herself lately. Relationship sign, she's too cute not to pursue loving it. I hope she continues down that road. Hmm. 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 Yeah, yeah. My timing wins again. Come on in. Hello, Jenna. Ah, think of her and she will come. That is how it tends to go, isn't it? I have an unexpected busy cycle ahead of me, so I wanted to come by and, well, talk to you before I engage in any less fun activities. If you want to say thanks, you really don't have to. I was incredibly happy to do it. I do not have to do it, but that is exactly what you'll hear today. Assertive Noxia is a potent Noxia. Can't turn that down. I figured you wouldn't. So thank you. Thank you so much for helping me get my mind out of that cloudy mindset. It's odd, really. Sometimes it feels like we did very little in the grand scheme of things. But I suppose it's all about the little details. The journey, so to speak. I'm going to approach romantic and intimate scenarios as a disaster more often than not, but I will not let that fear deter me anymore. And I shall no longer let my hope of love bring my mood down. Going forward, the strength of my bonds will decide my more immediate goals. Romance will just have to happenstance itself around my life if it wants a shot to be as important as it once was to me. I couldn't be prouder of you. Thank you. And, make no mistake, if that is, if I find myself drifting towards you in that way, would you be alright if I, well, reached out for something more than platonic? You'll find a yes waiting for you. Oh, I think I like that prospect. Gosh, she's so damn cute. Once more, I thank you for everything. It feels like a weight I didn't know was there has been lifted from my shoulders. I hope that one day I'll be able to help you the same way you helped me. Oop. With a bond cemented and unbreakable, you bade Noxia farewell for the day.
Yo, 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 I've got story ideas. Want to hear them?
Bring them on.
Alright, so this one is actually based on Earthling history, specifically that of the country of America. It's amazing, all the interesting background it has. Do you know that they even made this really popular modern Broadway musical based on it? You know what Broadway musicals are, right? Yeah, of course I do. Hamilton is still a big thing there. I heard a number of songs from it. So yeah, that period of their history was so interesting. The people there were like characters in a story. These founding fathers are pivotal to that country's very creation. It's so neat having men be the ones creating a whole new country, isn't it? But since over there the dominant sex is all backwards, the equivalent here would be like founding mothers, right?
She was ready with those.
And so I was thinking, why don't we have a fictional story of a new country being born, but in Zal? We'd have all these different kinds of women trying to break away from this entity called the Great Empire. Writing up a Declaration of Independence, getting into arguments as to how it was going to be written. Knowing that they're going up against the same empire that took over the entire canvas. How can this teeny little country to be ever win this war? Against the same empire from which they were born? And that's not even mentioning putting the damn country together once they've won the war. Screw one movie, woman. This would be a damn movie series. Leonexa rambled on about what each movie's storyline would consist of, and what sort of details she could adapt from Earthling society to Zal's, drawing a couple stares from passerbys. Oh, yay! We did Noxia's route. Oh, it was a really great route. It was relatable, honestly. I've been in that situation and don't quite know what my own conclusion is. But it was very sweet seeing her find hers. Once you reached the dining room, it was clear dinner was a native dish. Ilofo, essentially meat that is almost as soft as a cloud, and most certainly advertised that way. You finished eating and decided to head in. I wonder if Lady Zuna is any closer to deciding a matriarch. I hope so. This is starting to feel very routine, and I don't want to get used to this life if I'm not the pick. You dressed for bed and fell asleep the moment you touched your pillow. Your dreams were filled with odd and plausible things, like Noxia taking a selfie with Liz and Zuna. I want to see that. Today in Impossible Scenarios. It's impossible, right? Hmm. I'm surprised Fernell's here. I didn't know that he had any sort of route. So we've seen him a couple of times. Hmm. Let me see if there's... Hmm. Oh, well, I guess we could maybe see what some of these other characters are up to. Axe. Come in. Yo, how's it hanging?
Axe, what brings you here?
Just wanted to check this place out. Shame, though, it looks exactly like my stuffy little office.
It is a bit smaller than Zuna's.
Plus, all I keep getting are stuffy letters from stuffy people. It's all just stuff.
Yeah, I get so too. Oh, they aren't so bad. What did you come here for, really?
Hey, as long as it's not just me. Alright, so today feels kind of off. I was hoping talking to you might make it better, you know?
Talking, huh? Feels off how? What do you want to talk about? Do you want a distraction?
I don't know, it's hard to describe. It feels like I should be doing something, but I can't remember what it is. And I can't focus on anything I try to start, either. Got a bunch of paperwork I should be doing, but...
That's executive dysfunction.
So I thought maybe I could at least focus on talking to you. But, now that I'm here, I can't think of what to talk about.
Well... You look around the room nervously before your eyes landed on the window next to you. Your eyes landed on the paperwork in front of you, this time, specifically the letter on top. So this lady contacted me asking if I wanted to buy her son for some ridiculous amount of gold. Yikes, 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 yikes.
Oh yeah, I've had a couple of those too. Seems kinda tacky.
Yeah, I mean, it's so expensive. Selling your son? In this day and age?
I know a lot of our parents still do that sort of thing, but most of us here seem pretty past that.
Most of us.
Except maybe Marixa and that Clanice.
I'm so disappointed in you, Marixa. I'm so disappointed in you, Clanice, but I kind of expected it from you. At least from... Because she made her disposition pretty clear in the demo, and that kind of sealed how I would view her. But you know what? I would be very curious to do her route after this, just to see if there's any change, if she gets any better. Yeah, Marixa seems like the most conservative of us. Anise, that whole situation with Valamir seems weird. And awkward, and, vaguely uncomfortable. Yeah, that poor kid's hair. I hope neither of them gets the seat, for the guys' sakes. That's another thing. We're going to be inheriting a brothel if we win this competition. All of the men here were sold to Lady Zuna. The brothel was a surprise. What are you going to do with the place if you win? Oh, this is so hard. I mean, honestly, I would first ask them, because, you know, it might immediately seem like the right choice to close it down so you're not using them that way, but, like, do they have anywhere else they can go? So yeah, I would want to ask them. Maybe see if there's a way that I can just give all the sort of management to them so they can run it themselves. Give aid where is needed. Sure, things are safer from them here than almost anywhere else in Zal, but I'd like to make their jobs actually enjoyable, not just safe. What about you, Axay? What would you do if you won? Not too sure. I haven't given much thought to it yet. Doubt I'm gonna win the thing in the first place, you know? But hey, tell me more about your plans. You and Axay chatted for a while more about what you hope to do with Zuna's estate if she passed the title on to you. Axay seemed a little more cheerful by the end of the day. Ah, Jenna. How well-timed. Get Lady Vissia. She's needed for a meeting.
To the garden I go, then.
Standing here,
Oh?
I know inside, deep within, there's a dream I've knit in my bones. I close my eyes and then let go of this world and what I have known. Though I may yet stumble, with head held high I'll stand. I will not be conquered by the lies I have been told. Here we remember, someday we will rise. I won't let them take away the strength of that old hope.
Ooh. Who was the singer? I really want to know. That was beautiful. The sound of gentle singing reached you before you rounded the corner. Oh, I'm sorry I've been giving you an old lady voice, Vissia. It was Vissia, and she seemed to be in her own little world more than usual. You waited a moment before deliberately making noise with your foot. Ah, I didn't see you there. Very funny. You never told me you had a singing voice as your backup occupation. Natalie Van Sistine. I will have to look her up. A bad habit of mine. After all, most songs I know are just variants of war mantras. A useless backlog in a time of peace, and in my personal opinion, a good thing. Besides, the tune you just heard feels alien, does it not? It feels like it comes from a world not my own. Truth be told, I often think it traveled through canvases to find me. Not that I could ever discern why. Maybe it's nothing more than yet another thing I imagined about the past. I woke up with the tune and basically the lyrics one day, and it's just stuck with me. The older I get, the more it feels my nostalgia is the greatest lie I've ever known. I wonder if the world is mad or I am. Oh, I don't know. My apologies, young one. You caught me in a bit of a bittersweet mood. Thinking about the memories that die with me is all. Did you need me? Oh, I was absolutely going to let you tell me more. This seems really interesting to me for some reason. The music thing, not so much you contemplating your mortality. Still seem kind of immortal to me, truth be told. But yeah, you were requested to meet up with Lady Zuna. A meeting is about to start. Another one? I suppose it can't be helped these days. I'll be there in a minute. I get the feeling they're about to ask me to stay out of the garden a little while longer. I hope that isn't true. You went back inside to go to the dining room and grab dinner, which was surgé and all veggie mix with darker veggies tasting more like meat. You decided to head to bed after. All right, let's dream big. You dreamed you were an ant. Your phone buzzed, prompting you to read the notification. Oh, oh my gosh. Borrowing Zuna's phone. We're getting all the cute selfies. I darn it. I don't know if I want to do Artemis stuff without Moon. I don't know how much time we have. Is there like a limited set of days, or does player dictate progress? Like, will things not continue until we have finished these routes? I'm trying. I feel like I might be misremembering something from when we were playing in early access. Okay. Okay. Yex's appearance sort of marks a late countdown. Gotcha. Hmm. Well then, I think I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. That way, when we come back next, we can dive right into the mystery of figuring out the cave and the dreams that Jenna has been having. But yeah, I just don't want to skip that without Moon here since they were very excited for it. And my nose is starting to get stuffy now. But yes, sorry that it was a short one. A lot of people, both in my office and online friends, seem to have gotten hit by something all at once. And hopefully we'll all be back to shape by next Sunday. Um, Assuming that I don't get worse and everything goes well, following streams tomorrow at 8 p.m. it'll be Raging Loop. Then Tuesday at 8 p.m. it will be Tales of Fantasia. Wednesday, that one's up in the air since Buttons is also sick. But if they're able to, we'll be over on their channel at 7 p.m. Thursday on the Discord server is the Star Trek Watch Along at 9 p.m. Friday at 6, it will be Final Fantasy V. Saturday at 9 p.m., it will be Animorphs. And Sunday, 8 p.m., we will be back here with more Women of Zal. Aw, and thank you both so much. I hope that you have a wonderful time zone wherever you are. And as always, please do take care of yourselves and each other. Toodaloo-hoo!